Hi, Jan here. Welcome to the studio. A few people have asked me about creating pre-prepared backgrounds in their sketchbooks, where you go ahead and a few pages ahead in your sketchbook, you create background imagery that you will then go ahead and work right on top of when you work in your sketchbook. And they're really fun to do. It's a way to kick up the look of your sketchbook journal to sort of a mixed media art journal look. And it's fun to do. It can get you out of a rut. It can just give you some inspiration, and it's a fun thing to try. So I'm working in a sketchbook that has 130-pound mixed media paper, but really most papers will be fine for this technique if they take just a light wash of water media. So you have your sketchbook. The other thing that makes this process really easy and fun is to have a jelly plate, and that's spelled G-E-L-L-I. These are monoprinting plates. They're soft. They mimic the look and feel of gelatin or Jell-O, and they're fun to use. They come in different sizes and shapes, and there's just a whole variety of uses for them, and this is just one of them. Then I have a purchased stencil and some recycled bubble wrap, and F&W acrylic inks, which I like for this process a lot. I like them because they're transparent, because they dry very quickly, and because they come in a whole bunch of really fun colors and pearlescents, and we'll be using some of the pearlescent ones today. I have antique gold, and this one is called sun orange. You do need to shake them a little bit before you use them. I like them because they go on to the sheet of paper, but they don't fill up the surface or the grain of the paper, so that you can then easily work in other media on top of your pre-prepared background, and that's the whole point. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my one paint, shake it up, or my ink, acrylic ink is what it is. It comes with a stopper top that has an eyedropper in it. See? Whoop. I'm going to load up the eyedropper, and I'm going to put some of the ink right on my jelly plate. And then I'm going to take a roller, and I'm going to roll a thin layer of that ink out. It doesn't need to be perfect. I need a little bit more ink. There we go. It doesn't need to be perfectly even. It does need to be spread out thinly, though. It doesn't matter if there's blotchy areas or if there are lines from your roller. That's all part of the charm. It's all part of the background texture and richness of surface that you'll have. Then I'll take my bubble wrap, and with the bubble side down, I'm just going to lay it right on top of the plate and just gently smooth it. The surface of the jelly plate is very sensitive, so it picks up impressions easily. Then I'm going to remove my bubble wrap, and I'm going to take my sketchbook, and I'm going to put it right down on top of the jelly plate, and then just gently, just firm hand pressure. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to lift up. And there you'll see we have a beautiful shimmery bubble wrap texture on our jelly plate, from our jelly plate onto our sketchbook page. And if you can see it here, not all of the ink has transferred, and that's one of the things I like about using the jelly plate rather than just painting or stenciling onto the page. Some of it's left behind, and so you're really assured just a thin layer of acrylic ink on your page. Next, I'm going to take my purchased stencil and just put it down right on top of my jelly plate. And I'm going to take my next color of acrylic ink, shake it up, and put drops of that right down on top of the stencil and the jelly plate, and then roll. I'm feeling like this is really light and wondering if I'm going to get enough contrast to the yellow, and I'm feeling like I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another color of ink, which is, this is copper, still a warm color, same brand. So I'm going to add that right on top, just to make sure that when we make this background, we can see the difference between the gold that went down and the color that's going to go on top. Okay, so that's enough rolling. I'm going to lift the stencil, And you can probably see the design. Then I'm going to take the sketchbook and again put it right down on top. This does not have to be exact or even. Once again, that's all part of the charm of a monoprint, of a background that you're going to work over. Some just firm hand pressure is plenty. And the moment of truth, let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, fun. All right, so look how fun that is. So now you can take this, it dries very quickly, and you can work over this with pencil, with colored pencil, with watercolored pencils, with markers, multi-liners, brush pens, even watercolor and gouache. If you don't use too much water, you need to keep your paint a little bit thicker consistency so that it will adhere to the lightly coated surface that has a little bit of acrylic ink on it. And you can see here how much has been left behind, and that was a thin layer to begin with. So you're not filling up the surface of the paper, allowing it to accept other media on top, and then you'll be able to work sketches and write over this, and it'll be really fun. And so I hope you'll try it. It's a new way to kick up the level of your sketchbook journal to a little bit more of a mixed media art journal look to it. So have fun, and let me know what you think. Thanks.